Hi guys. Okay, so we're gonna just jump right in and do the Bareskin foundation. I'm going to use a shade 7. We've got to make sure and shake it up because it doesn't have any emulsifiers to help bind the foundation together. It's part of that Bare Mineral, paraben-free, really natural, so they use a limited amount of ingredients. I think it actually only has 17 or 18 ingredients, I learned. Where the next closest, lowest ingredient foundation has like 42 or 43. So it's great for going on the skin. So anyway, just make sure and shake it up really good. If you don't shake it up, it'll just come out as a clear liquid. So, okay, ready? I'm gonna do a couple drops. So if you do 1 or 2 drops, that's going to be kind of a lighter coverage. I do like a fuller coverage foundation, so I'm going to actually apply more drops than that. So we're just going to go ahead and start. I like to start in the center of the face, kind of work my way out. And if you keep an eye on that blemish I have, you'll be able to kind of see how the coverage is building. The big thing with this foundation is their mottos: shake, drop, and buff. So you want to make sure and really, really buff that into the skin, because as it warms up, that's how you're going to get the coverage. And it's so fun to watch yourself make faces on a video. It's going to be great, I'm sure. Anyway, I always blend it down just a little bit. Okay. It's kind of hard to see it because I'm using an iPad, because I didn't feel like my MacBook was too clear. Okay, so I'm just going to add a couple more drops in there. So it's literally like drops. And they're going kind of in that well. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. Okay, same thing. I'm going to start kind of in the center. I like to go clear up under my eyes. Normally I don't have my eye makeup on when I'm doing my foundation, unless I'm doing a really smoky look. But I didn't want to completely scare you guys off by not having any makeup on. Okay, I'm going to pause it for just a minute. Okay, so that is just foundation only. I took a tiny little bit on my finger and touched that up. Normally what I would do is have a little bit more of a cream concealer just to conceal that a little bit more. But you can, if you shake it up just a little bit more, just take a little bit off the top and just slowly start to kind of blend that out. So you can take your finger anywhere that you want a little bit more coverage, which again, I get pretty dark under my eyes, so. And you can use a brush for that. I just feel like some things brushes are important for, other things it doesn't matter so much. So just kind of blend that out with your brush. Okay, I'm also going to grab, I do have some of their Mineral Vel. So it's just their version of translucent powder. And I do have a couple of their brushes. All of their brushes are made to work with their foundations. So it's one of the few lines I feel like is very important to use their makeup with their brush. So just take a little bit. Now we're going to do the swirl, tap, and buff in their lid. Okay, and just slightly dusting. I don't want to do too much powder, the translucent powder. Okay, done. Okay, I also grabbed their Faux Tan Matte. So one thing Melissa Davies did say, on a side note from just using the Mineral Vel, if you have some of their original foundation that you love, you can use that as a dusting powder just to build a little bit more coverage if you would like that. Okay, so I'm going to grab the Faux Tan Matte. So I'm just going to take a little bit. I actually really like to contour with this bronzer. So don't make fun of me. I do a pretty good line, and then I buff it. I'm going to actually grab a mirror for this part. And then just softly buff it in. That one little spot is just grabbing a little color, which sometimes that happens. Let your skin heal, girls. Do not pick at it and go crazy. Okay. Same thing. Take a little bit down on the neck. Okay. And then, okay, so back a few years ago, they had a great all over color, and it was called True. I have been using this puppy for 5 years. I don't even know if they still have it, so I'm sorry if they don't still have it. What can you do? Okay, so then I'm just going to end with a little bit of color on my cheeks. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So again, a couple of the things that I used was the Bareskin in the 7.0. I feel like their colors do pull a little bit light. So when you're matched, if you feel like you're going to get a little bit more color at all with summer coming up, have them match you just a little bit darker in your same skin tone. So they have them for neutral skin tone, cool skin tone, and warm skin tones. So just make sure that you're doing that. Also, just one quick thing, always make sure your lid locks on that really well. If not, the little liquid escapes. So yeah, that's about all that I have for you right now. So if you guys have any questions, any feedback, shoot myself or Sheena an email at individualrivalry@gmail.com. And we are so glad that you joined us today.